Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nqobile. Thank you for tuning in. So in this video, I'm going to be revealing a side of me that so many people do not know that I actually have. There are things that I've also done in life, things I'm not proud of, things that if I was given a chance to erase, I would definitely erase. Either I've learned a lesson from them, or the experience groomed me, or whatever. I could still learn that in a different way, not the way I got to learn it. But other than that, I am very grateful for the lesson that life had for me. But if I was given a chance to erase some things, I would definitely do that. What happened is when I was doing matric, I wanted to prove people wrong and show them that it's possible to have a boyfriend and study at the same time and pass with distinctions. So I was dating for my own selfish reasons, and I had to make sure that I actually get a boyfriend. It doesn't matter what time of the year, it doesn't matter if it's exam period or what. I had to make sure that I actually get a boyfriend. So around May, I started chatting to this other guy on Facebook. I was so addicted to my phone. I was addicted to Facebook. Like, yo, today when I look back and just notice how I actually don't like Facebook anymore, I get so shocked because I was so addicted to Facebook. So we started chatting around May, and around June, July, we met. From time to time we would meet, and we were just fine. And around August we started dating. So I'm gonna call this guy PK because he's a pastor's kid. So okay, PK and I started dating in August, and then everything was fine. The relationship was well. What I wanted was actually like, I could see, okay, I can actually study and have a boyfriend at the same time, because I think I was seeing him like almost 3 days or 4 days, actually almost the whole week, because he would make an effort to come see me. My parents didn't know that I was dating. They didn't know that I was dating, and they still don't know that I was dating by that time. So what my parents, because I was actually like, I would just go out. And another thing is that because I was doing matric, so I was doing a lot of studying, so I would go out and they'll think that maybe I went to a friend and we're studying. And yeah, I also have a friend which I actually use their name. Friends who are actually around my place, they should know that I actually from time to time I use their name, that mama only to find that I'm actually not going to them. So I would go see the guy, and then around October, the guy suggested that I meet his mom. And that is when I noticed that actually the guy is actually like, he's serious. And I was not that serious with the relationship, but when he said that, I actually pictured the whole high school love, me meeting a guy when I was in high school and dating that guy, going to varsity, coming back, and us having our beautiful love story. So when I was doing grade 12, the guy I think was doing grade 9, 10, because he was like a few grades behind. So okay, he suggested I meet his mom. I agreed, and this other time after an afternoon class, I went to meet his mom, and his mom liked me, and it was all cool. Actually, his family liked me. The only person I never met was the dad. So his mom liked me, everything was fine. And so a few weeks after that, he called me and told me that his mom will call and ask me if I'm pregnant, and I should say yes. Mind you, I never had sex with the guy, and I thought, no, maybe it's a prank, that's the reason why he's tipping me off. I was like, okay, fine, no problem. Okay, the mother called, and we were pranking Mami Zala, and that was it. And then how a few weeks later, it's still like that. The guy is actually like, he's not retracting, he's not taking back his words. Like, like his family think that I'm pregnant now, and I think the father now knew. And how pastors are, whenever their son or their daughter gets pregnant, they push for the child to get married. So he really wanted a child, and I was like, there's no way I'm actually going to have a child. Like, there is no way I'm gonna get pregnant. Next year I'm leaving. He's like, no, it's fine, you don't have to get pregnant, we'll adopt a baby. guys, some people are so crazy. So the guy like, no, it's fine, well, go and adopt a baby, and we'll tell them that it's actually our baby. So what he's saying is that when the time comes, we're going to get a baby, a newborn baby, adopt the baby and raise that baby. I don't have a problem with adopting, but I'm 17 years old, going to matric, going to university the following year. So I don't have any time to be raising a baby. Like, I don't have time for that. And the guy kept on insisting on that. I was like, no, there's no way we're doing that. You're actually supposed to tell your parents that it was a prank. I'm not pregnant. And the guy just kept on with the story. And then I think that kind of like, okay, it kind of made things, we didn't really grow apart, but I was at the point of like now thinking about like my life and how that will be like forcing me to stay, because I always like wanted to be there to experience like my kids growing up. That has always been my dream, and all of a sudden somebody wants me to go and adopt a baby, and because his parents will take care of the baby. And then his family was supposed to come to my family. I think it was a day before my farewell. When was my farewell? I don't remember the date of my farewell, but I think it was 29, and his family was supposed to come to my family on the 28th. Yeah, I think his family was supposed to come to my family on the 28th. To do whatever, like those family things. So I was like, there's no way that is happening. Like, you're gonna talk your family out of it. And that was it. They didn't come. It's December times. I'm not a social person. And another thing was that at home it was like I was grounded most of the times. So with me being grounded and not being a social person, I was at home like most of the December. And that's on the 16th of December, he went out with friends because he was drinking and all those things. So he went out with friends, and then later that day he was supposed to come and see me, and he didn't. And we fought over that, but we before that we actually had our small, our minor fights, but we fought about that, and it kind of became a big thing. We started fighting on the 16th, and going into the following day. So the following day, how moto. Dude wanted me to beg him. Like, PK wanted me to beg him and tell him how much I love him and how much I don't want him to leave and to leave me and all those things. So when he was like, no, it's fine, bye, let's leave this, what. So I actually asked him, I think twice, to make sure if he's sure, but there was no way I was begging him to stay. So I asked him if he's sure, and he was like, yeah. I was like, are you sure? As he was like, yeah, goodbye. And I was like, okay, fine. And that was it. That was like the end of the relationship. And we were planning, the plan was that Christmas, I'll actually spend the Christmas with him and his sister, because their parents were going away. After the breakup, his sister is begging me. So we've broken up, and now I'm okay. I'm cool. I'm not even like, I was not even feeling like, like I wasn't feeling even hurt. Like, I was not feeling hurt, because in my mind I was like, oh my word, so I'm not going to be forced to have a baby. I'm not going to be forced to stay. I'm going to get to varsity. I'm going to meet my soulmate. I'm going to have, my life. Because I always told my mom that I'm going to meet my soulmate when I'm doing my second year or third year. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to meet my soulmate in varsity, and everything is just going to be so well, so fine. Problem solved. So his sister is now begging me, texting me nonstop, asking me to talk to him, and telling me how the guy is misbehaving. And in my mind, I'm like, it's just festive fever. Let him be. He'll be fine. He'll cool down. He'll calm down. And Christmas came. She asked me to come. I was like, no, I'm not coming. I was sitting at home, and Christmas at home, it's actually for kids, so it's for the young ones. What happens is we cook, we eat, we spend time together. They bath and they wear their clothes, take pictures, and that's it. They enjoy that part, they enjoy that, and that's it. We just chill and talk. So I was at home and I was so bored because I was not so used to spending too much time with my family. So I'm bored, and they text me and asked me to come. I was like, no, I'm not at home. My uncles came to fetch me. So I'm lying. I'm like, no, I'm not at home. And they're like, no, we can come and fetch you. It's not gonna be, like, it's not gonna be long. We'll take you back, blah blah blah. They tell me a lot of things. I was like, no, I'm not coming. Why would I come? We broke up and we're not getting back together. That's it. Cause I had made up my mind. I was done. I was like gonna meet my soulmate in varsity, who is actually an A student, even if it didn't happen. But yeah, that was it. The following year we start. Festive fever is now over. He's fine. He's back to his senses. So we start talking, and okay, dude started telling me that you were supposed to come, we were supposed to get engaged, blah blah blah. Showed me the ring. And like I was like, no, you're gonna sell it. He was not working, so obviously he was not gonna afford the ring. So in my mind, I'm like, so his parents decided to give him money to buy the ring so that they can cover up the thing of me being pregnant. Well, I'm not even pregnant. Like, there's no way I'm actually gonna live a lie. That was another thing. Like, there's no way I'm gonna live a lie and raise a child all of a sudden. We are dark and we get a light-skinned child. So I was like, no ways. A few months later, in 2018, I find out that actually I was supposed to get engaged. Like, a part of me was so happy. I even told him to sell the ring, because a part of me was so happy that like, I actually dodged a bullet. Like, imagine at the age of 17 getting engaged. That will never be me. Like, it will never be me. Like, yeah. And I was so grateful that it actually didn't happen. That is how I almost got engaged at 17 years old. So there's a few things that I learned from that experience. If I would be asked to give the younger me relationship advice, the first one would be stay away from relationships until you are old enough. So there is one thing that our parents don't actually tell us, like when they try to tell us about relationships. They focus more on getting pregnant and don't tell us about the emotional part of relationships, how breaking they are, and all those things. At the end of the day, I might not have felt so much pain, but I have caused somebody else pain. And imagine if we didn't start relationships at our age and decided to wait, we decided to wait until we are old enough to start relationships. Maybe we could have met people who have right intentions, and by then we would also be having right intentions. Yes, there are people who are meant to be together, people who don't audition like most of us, people who start dating from high school until they finish school and get married, and everything just goes so well. But it is not for everybody, and if I would have advised the younger me, I would advise her to actually stay away from relationship until she's old enough. Advice number 2 would be to love yourself, know yourself first before you go on and love somebody and try to know somebody else. When you do not know yourself, you do not know where you're standing, you do not know what is it that you're supposed to do. Relationships can be so draining, so you have to know where you stand, you have to know who you are, you have to love yourself, because you end up sacrificing yourself, sacrificing things which matter to you, things that you wouldn't sacrifice for anybody in a relationship. So imagine if I had sacrificed my future and, you know, decided to have a baby or to adopt a baby, which I will have to be taken care of and coming back home almost every second week or every month, and on top of that living a lie. That will be my true life that I'm sacrificing to just live a lie. I'm actually glad that I didn't do it. So I would advise my younger self to actually love herself more, and, you know, like, know herself, know where she stands, and what exactly it is that she wants in life. Advice number 3 would be, do not date for selfish reasons, or do not date to prove somebody else wrong. So that is a mistake that I did, and at the end of the day, I might not have been hurt from the breaking of the relationship, and I might be grateful for the breaking of the relationship, but chances are the next person did get hurt. It would have been better breaking up because it doesn't work, instead of breaking up because I've got what I wanted and now I'm walking away. I believe that relationships are actually about service. It's about being of service to the next person. Like, if you love a flower, you water the flower and you make sure that the flower looks good. And when the flower flourishes, you also flourish. You also become happy to see the flower flourish, you know. I think that should be the reason why people actually want to be in relationships, because they feel the need to be of service to the next person. They feel the need to grow the next person, but growing the next person and watering the next person and giving and being of service to the next person doesn't mean that you deprive yourself of what you need. Because just because I'm doing agriculture and I have to wake up and go and water the plants, it doesn't mean that I shouldn't take care of myself. I make sure that I'm warm whenever I go out if it's cold. I make sure that I eat because I'm going to need the strength to do whatever it is that I'll be doing outside. So that is where loving yourself first comes in, you know. It makes you aware, and you don't get into a relationship for selfish reasons. Even if breakups kind of hurt, you get to an understanding that I was actually of service to the next person. And when you're of service to the next person, you kind of don't really expect so much from the next person, even if we know that, you know, reciprocation of energies is so beautiful. But even if at the end of the day the person decides to leave, or the relationship doesn't work out, you don't get to the mentality of, after everything I've done for you, because you were actually being of service to the next person, you know. Just because a flower dies in winter, it doesn't mean to tell the flower that I've been watering you all along and now you're dead. It's the season, it's the time, it doesn't work out, and that's it, you know. That is what you actually have to accept. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and please do subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you may be notified when I post the next video. Thank you.